Hey guys, it's Val and welcome to my July candle empties. I cannot believe that it is time to do empties again. I have really done a lot of damage this month. So anyway, yeah, I wasn't sure how my July would shape up because with it being so hot and stuff, I don't want to burn as many candles, but for some reason, I just really did a lot of melting and burning. So let's get into it. So starting off here, I did burn 4 of these medium apricot mint colonial candles. I ordered these from the company in 2015 and I have reviewed this candle before. I reviewed it in 2015 sometime. I'll try and link it below if you want to, watch the review or anything. But yeah, I really enjoyed these. They were a little bit problematic burning. They do have the red codes on the bottom, which if you're not familiar with the red codes, this is what, whoa, destruction over here. This is what the red code looks like on the bottom. So anytime you see colonials at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, whatever, a discount store, check the bottom. You can't do that if you're ordering from the company, which is where I got these from. But yeah, you're a little bit safer if they don't have a red code. They probably won't have burning issues. These just kind of had issues where sometimes I'd have to dump a little wax out. You might have to cotton ball, that kind of thing, just to kind of keep the flames going. But overall, they were great. They threw really well. You really need to like apricot to enjoy this scent. It does kind of have a mint note that at first, when I first hauled these, I wasn't sure about because it had sort of that like cough drop kind of mint smell, like menthol-y smell, but it does blend nicely together when it's burning. So I did enjoy these. They were nice. So continuing on with Colonial Candle, I also burned 4 medium jars. These are the 8-ounce jars in Island Pineapple, which again, I hauled in 2015 directly from the website, and these were just fabulous. I really kind of got in this mode where I wanted to burn multiples together to really intensify scent throw, so that's what I did with the Apricot Mint, as well as with Island Pineapple, and this was just a beautiful, juicy, kind of candy-like, great pineapple smell. Almost kind of reminds me when you go to the grocery store and you buy an already like cored and peeled pineapple and it's just the fruit there, and you go to cut into it and it has like this amazingly sweet, juicy smell. That is exactly what this reminded me of. It was awesome. So if you are like into pineapple scents, I mean, this is discontinued, but if you do come across it at a discount retailer, I am telling you, smell it. It was really, really nice. I would definitely buy this one again. So then I also decided to melt 2 of these Blueberry Lemonade Goose Creek large jars, and I did buy these at Burlington in 2015 for $7.99 a piece, and I have 2 candle warmers, the type where the little bulb is at the top and then it shines down on the wax, and as the scent kind of dissipates, you just pour out the wax, which is why these look so incredibly messy. But I have to be honest, with both of these melting together at the same time, they really didn't throw that great. And so I'm pretty confident that if I had lit these instead of melted, that they would have been pretty scentless, which is disappointing. So I would not actually recommend this for you to buy in a candle form. The scent is beautiful, but if you do want to pick up this scent, I would buy it in a melt directly from the company and try it that way, because I do think that it was stronger melting versus if I would have burned it, if that makes sense. So beautiful scent, loved it. It was very blueberry with that hint of lemonade, very fresh and summery, but kind of disappointed. So I would recommend this in a melt over the candle. Okay, so I have 2 more Goose Creeks that I burned this month. I burned a medium in Island Sands and then a large jar in Watermelon Chiller. I ordered both of these from the company in 2015. So the medium Island Sands is the infamous candle that Norma at Candle Dancer, she had last year, and she said it smelled like a sweaty gym or like gym socks or a locker room or just something kind of foul. I have to say that mine did not smell like that. It was really actually kind of nice. It was fresh. It had like a really nice fresh kind of beachy quality, but there was a little bit of, to me, sort of like a white floral note to it. So I didn't get anything like stinky and smelly and foul. So for me it was nice, but I would not repurchase it. I don't think it's worth the money. It was just kind of okay, not offensive, but not like amazing, but it burned impeccably, and if you see there, it has a little tree on the top there. It was a flawless burner, and unfortunately the Watermelon Chiller next to it kind of had the opposite thing. You can see that it was very, very sooty. I did actually have some burning issues where I had to pour some of the wax out to kind of keep the wicks going, but it was a really nice thrower and the scent was amazing. So if you want a watermelon scent, I would absolutely recommend Watermelon Chiller. I do believe it's seasonal, but if you ever stumble upon it, it is so delicious. I absolutely loved it. And I would repurchase this in a melt for sure because it's a gorgeous scent. But Goose Creeks just don't burn super great for me when they have the little leaf symbol there in the middle. If you find ones with the tree symbol like the medium jar, they tend to burn a lot better. So just kind of an okay month for Goose Creeks overall. Okay, so here are the large Yankee candles that I finished in July. So from left to right, I burned Cucumber and Cantaloupe, Honeydew Melon, and Beach Vacation. And I believe all of these candles are only available during SAS, and I think Beach Vacation was actually brought back as like a treasure in 2015 because that is when I picked it up. So I don't know how available these scents are going to be, but I'll just touch on them briefly. So the two melon fragrances, the Cucumber and Cantaloupe and the Honeydew Melon, they were really, really nice. And as far as melon scents go, they were very genuine smelling. I mean, honestly, I think I was more impressed with the Cucumber and Cantaloupe. I didn't pick up so much of the cucumber, but I got a really like juicy, fresh kind of cantaloupe smell, which I loved. But there was something about it and it kind of reminded me of the like rind of the melon. So that could be the cucumber that I'm picking up, but very genuine smelling. So I definitely am impressed with that. And as far as the throw goes, I would probably put it at about like a 5 or a 6, which for a Yankee is pretty good. Now the Honeydew Melon also is very genuine. I did like it, but I didn't like it quite as much as the Cucumber Cantaloupe. I would also say that it wasn't as strong. I would probably put the throw at about like a 4, maybe a 5 in some instances, but pretty much like a 4. So if I were to repurchase one of these, I would go with the Cucumber and Cantaloupe in a jar form, but both of the scents were really nice. I would definitely repurchase them in a tart or something down the line if I ever came across them. So yeah, they were both really nice, so I was impressed with that. Now as far as Beach Vacation, I actually picked this up last year in 2015, and I believe it was a treasure when I bought it. I could be wrong on that, but I burned it for part of the summer last year. I couldn't get through it, so it was one that I wanted to finish up here for July. And I really love this scent. It is in a fresh category, and that's typically not a category that I like to buy a lot of fragrances in, but there's just something about it that's really, really nice. It smells very beachy, but yet it's fruity, and I really like that about it. So I think that the fact that it is combined with like a fruity note kind of makes it more appealing for me as far as a fresh scent goes. I would recommend it. The only thing is that it's not a great thrower. So when I say I recommend it because the scent appeal is there for me, and if it wasn't a tart, I would definitely buy it and melt it. And I'm going to save what's left in here and melt it actually because it's really beautiful scent-wise, but the throw in candle form is really bad. I would say about a 2 or a 3. It just was not nearly as strong as it smells on cold, which is like strange, but yeah, so that was the only disappointing part about it. But beautiful scent. I think all of these Yankees this month had great scent appeal and very well crafted, but they could obviously all have better throw. So that's kind of how I feel about my Yankees, my large Yankees. You guys, so here are the last few items that I finished in July. So on the left, I did finish a small, this is a Veriglass jar from Root in the scent Madagascar Vanilla. This was marked down in the clearance section, and then I also had 40% off. I did haul this in, I think May or June, so I was able to use the 40% off that did expire at the end of June. So I didn't really love this scent as far as vanilla fragrances go. I just didn't think that it was anything special. I will say that if you don't like super sweet vanillas, I didn't think that this was overly sweet. It's a little bit more of like a richer kind of vanilla, but it's not like a buttery vanilla or a cakey vanilla or a really sugary sweet vanilla. So for me, it wasn't quite as appealing. It was a little bit drier. It was still nice, but to me it wasn't anything special. So I would not personally repurchase that scent, but it did burn very well, so that was great. But unfortunately, the throw wasn't super great on that one. I would probably put the throw at like a 4. Then moving on to the Light My Soy candle in Banana Pudding. This scent was great. Light My Soy is no longer in business, so you cannot order this, but it was really, really nice. So if you like a really sweet banana kind of smell, this would be just completely up your alley. I mean, the pudding quality was nice. It did add some like vanilla creaminess to it, but it was mostly just a kind of what you would expect from like an artificial banana smell. That is what it smelled like. It did smell artificial, but it was really good. So if you like that smell, this would be one to buy if you could buy it. And then I did go ahead and use up some melts this month. So I used up from Colonial Candle a pack of the Simmer Snaps in the Rio de Janeiro Caipirinha. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's a very lime kind of smell. So very limey. For me, it was a little too zesty, if you will. It was like a dry, zesty kind of lime. I don't know if I would repurchase it. I do have another pack of this. I will use it. I think it would be good to blend with a vanilla melt or something like that. So I will try it that way next time. I will just comment though on the Colonial Candle Simmer Snaps. I hate the wax. It is so mushy. It's like that mushy, sticky kind of wax. So I personally don't like that. That's just one thing to be aware of if you are considering trying these melts. I'm not a fan of the wax. And then lastly, I did use up from Kringle one of their sparkling melts, and this was nice. It was kind of like a Sprite or like 7-Up kind of scent, like a lemon lime, slightly effervescent kind of smell, but honestly I was hoping that it would be more like a body care scent that I love from Philosophy that's called Bubbly, and that has an amazing like effervescence note to it that I was hoping that this would have along with the lemon and the lime, but it was more fruit. This was more fruity than like effervescent, so that was slightly disappointing for me, but I really did enjoy it, and it seemed to last long scent-wise, so that was good. So you guys, that wraps up my July candle empties. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.